Do you run a marketing agency? Are you struggling to cross the $50,000 mark in revenue in a month? Well, marketing teams like yours don't just lose budgets to bad strategy, they lose it to bad CRM dashboards. I'll be showing you a dashboard of a team that loses about $10,000 every week because of bad UX, and I'll be pointing out some flaws that are costing this team a lot. So, take a look at this dashboard right here. So, the first flaw here is what I call metric overload, no hierarchy. So what's the flaw? So we have various stacks of cards here, about 10 of them, I think. We have the ad spend, impressions, clicks, CTR, CPCs. We have our leads, MQLS, SQLS, conversion rate, CSC. So right here now, just looking at this right off the bat, you don't know what you're going to do next. There is no direct flow to what the action is right now, what you need the user to do right now. It's just a bunch of cards and informations. There is no sense of urgency of what they should do. Something could be going wrong and there wouldn't be any way to fix it, right? So this is the first flaw um, for this dashboard that costs this team money every week, but they don't know it because it's a silent killer, right? So imagine an employee coming to work and opening up the laptop and going through your CRM dashboard, and they have to manually scan every single figure, every single digit, just to figure out what to do next, right? Now this is minutes, this is time being burned. So multiply that across your whole marketing team, and you realize you're leaving a lot of time on the table, which translates to money. Multiply that by a year, and you are losing a fortune silently. You don't know about it, right? This is something that could just have been easily fixed within 2 seconds or 3 seconds by a good UX. The second flaw I'm going to be pointing out here is what I call mismatched scale or dead space. So looking at it, coming to the weekly activity by channel, we have a floor spend, opens, clicks, and calls plotted on one shared scale, right? Spend dwarfs everything and makes the other metrics look irrelevant. So what does that mean? Right here we have ad spend. Ad spend is money, is currency, right? You are pairing currency charts with email opens, link clicks, and sales calls. Now, these are just random figures. These are just figures and digits, right? Compared to an ad spend, which is actually money. So there should be a visual hierarchy that should be introduced in this section to help your employees understand what is important, what is urgent, because right now it's making it look as if the email opens, link clicks, and sales calls are irrelevant, of which they are relevant, right? So you want to introduce a visual hierarchy for your employees, for your users to understand how it works. The second here is the dead space. So over here we have today's task. There is nothing to be done. Why leave such a huge space here, where something else could, go into. So over here on my notes, you see prime panel space spent on an empty state that tells the user nothing useful. Nothing is happening here. Why not introduce another metric here instead of having this uh, dead space lying around? Now, guys, look at this part. This is where you lose money as an agency. This is where you lose money as an agency. Now, take a look at this campaigns. These are campaigns, by the way. And take a look at the brand C awareness. This right here, right? Take a look at this campaign, and you can see it's made 0.4x ROAS. Sorry, this is obstructing, but this is the figure here. It's made 0.4x ROAS, which means you are losing money. The agency is losing money right here, right? Take a look at this other one called the lead gen D, for instance. It's active, it's a campaign which is active, it's ongoing, and they've only made 0.2x ROAS, clearly losing money. And you can see it's still amongst these other campaigns that are actually performing very well. Nothing calls the attention of your employees to these campaigns. Nothing, there is no call to action, there is no action required, or attention required, kind of urgency to these campaigns, and these campaigns could be paused. The budget could be reviewed or reallocated, or ended. So nothing calls their attention. So this is a bad UX, and you don't know, but it's costing you thousands of dollars every year. So this is a redesign of that same dashboard I just did to correct a lot of those flaws. So over here we have one hero metric that shows a trend indicator to let you know if you are going up or you're going down, right? Over here we have KPIs are introduced in cards that speaks clearly to your employees where you are on spend, on revenue, and on conversions. And these are all tied to the timeline, which I also introduced here. So if they want to know what happened, what happened 4 weeks ago, overall, across all the data, they can just toggle to 4 weeks. If they want to know what happened a week ago, yesterday, or right now, which is today, they can just do that, right? So this helps them, organize things better. Then over here, I was able to introduce the ad spend and efficiency, the spend and efficiency, CPC, CSC, and letting you know the budget left. Over here, we have our funnel, then we have our engagement. Then one thing I did, which I also noted a flaw about, is the attention needed. So what did I do here? I introduced an attention needed. Now, this is where your ads is controlled. This is what calls attentions to your employees whenever they log onto your CRM dashboard, right? And they see attention needed, right? This shows urgency. This is a sense of urgency. So clicking on it takes them straight to what the problem is, and they get to fix it. So if they want to pause, they can go ahead and pause the campaign, or they can just reallocate budgets where is needed, right? Then over here we have campaign performance, ROAS by campaign. You see how I was able to distinctively use colors to define what the ROAS are and how better they are performing. And over here we have today's activity channel. We have the ad spend, the email openers, link clicks, and sales calls. Now this brings everything together. This doesn't make any information feel left out. Every information here would be treated by your employees with utmost urgency, and every data here counts and they matter. So this is a very good fix for the previous UI and UX. This helps your agency save a lot more money. Just introducing the attention needed um, feature has saved you thousands of dollars in a year. So what's the take home? Side by side, the same data, different outcomes, right? One makes you hunt for it and the other one hands it to you. So good UX is a business tool. Good UX is a business tool. It's not just about pretty screens and pretty designs, right? It's about making decisions faster and saving spend where needs to. If your team's tool is working against you instead of for you, you can send me a DM and let me know, and I can help you audit your CRM dashboard and let you know where needs to be improved. Just send me a DM if you're interested, and I'll be sure to holler back. Thank you.